Hey friends, looks like we may be frozen. No, we're good. Okay, Nikki, once again, prime time. Got a little ambitious this evening after cooking a few things with my mom. Well, my mom did most of that cooking. So now it's my turn. And I love to bake, and cookies are my favorite. So I'm not even going to go into the recipe right now. I just want to show you what I do once I have the cookie dough done. So I have a few tools that I absolutely would never bake cookies without. So I'm going to share a couple of those. First of all, my two favorite things in the entire world, cookie scoopers. This is the best way to make your cookies exactly the same size every single time. There's many different sizes. Depending on what cookies you're making will determine the size of the cookie scooper you choose. This is one of the smallest. This is sort of a larger medium one. This is the one I use the most for most cookies. This smaller one is the one I would use for things like peanut blossoms or Buckeyes, peanut butter Buckeyes. It has a smaller volume. Absolutely key to making cookies. The second item that I use all the time is my best friend, parchment paper. And thank God Costco sells them in a 2-box package because I probably should take stock in it. I use it for everything. I never have to wash a pan because I use this for broccoli, potatoes, chicken, cookies, all the time. So it saves not only from cleaning dishes, wear and tear on dishes, but I'll show you in a second how much time it saves you when making cookies. So cookie scooper, parchment paper, keys. So I have my cookie dough made, and when you scoop your cookie dough, you're going to take some of the dough and you're going to slide it off in the bowl to flatten it out to have the exact same volume of cookie dough. And then you are going to line them all up on a cookie sheet, actually a baking sheet. You see this baking sheet right here? I'm going to show you one right here. A baking sheet has rims around all 4 sides. This is actually, while it can be used for baking cookies, this isn't the best version or pan to use for baking cookies. This is a baking sheet, can be used for all different reasons. I only use it when I'm getting ready to freeze my cookie dough. This is what I do with my cookie dough. I scoop it out, put it on a small pan, whatever pan is going to fit in your freezer well, and put your cookie dough balls really close together because you're going to fill this pan up just like I did here, and you're going to freeze them like this for about 15 minutes so that then after you've frozen those, you're going to grab a Ziploc freezer bag and pick up your whole paper full of cookie dough balls, put the edge into the bag, and dump them in. Ta-da! Now you just label the bag with your permanent marker, and then anytime you or your family requests fresh baked cookies, you can take however many of these cookie balls out of the freezer, line them up on your cookie sheet, and let me show you what I mean by a cookie sheet, not a baking sheet. So a cookie sheet is going to have one curved edge that you hold on to when putting it in and out of the oven, and it has 3 totally flat sides. The reason these are made for cookies, I'm going to show you the cookies I just pulled out of the oven. Pull it out of the oven. You have a really nice cooling rack right here. And you just grab the paper and off the pan it goes. Voila! How easy was that? One whole pan of cookies done. And as you can see, I did not waste a lot of real estate on this parchment paper. If you're trying to make a lot of cookies, make sure you put those cookie dough balls as close as you can to each other on the cookie sheet so you can get as many cookies done at the same time. So let's review. Cookie scooper for your cookie dough, parchment paper to put on your cookie sheet. Use a cookie sheet that is easy to slide off and on of, and keep a large supply of frozen cookie dough in your freezer, ready to bake at any minute. And the cookie dough may or may not be consumed straight out of the freezer before they ever get baked. Just fair warning. I don't know if you've ever eaten frozen cookie dough, but it's pretty darn good. So they've changed the format here on Facebook Live, and I don't see what's going on around here, or if anybody's on here. I used to see some comments. Is everybody in bed already? I mean, it's only 11 o'clock. This is when the news starts. So their new format is kind of throwing me for a loop. I'm sorry if you've been on here and you've made some comments or whatever you've done. I haven't seen it. I apologize. I hope you will take these tips, put them to good use. You'll have perfect cookies, same size every time, ample supply in the freezer for when it's needed. And this chocolate chip cookie dough recipe is actually one of my daughter's favorites. Her and her husband don't live too far away from here, so I am actually bringing these. Hi, Beth Wampler. Yay, there are comments here. Someone is awake. I'm actually bringing these to her house tomorrow. She is, hi Maya, how are you? She is, sheltering in place in her home as we are in our home. So I'm just going to text her when I'm dropping it off, and I will not be hugging her. I really miss hugging her. But we're going to bring over some Italian beef and some turkey dinner, bento boxes, and some cookie dough for her and her husband. And we are just trying to stay productive around here. Hopefully you all are too. And I hope you will. Oh, final thing that is probably going to make so many of you super happy. Okay, everybody knows that I don't like doing dishes. So this is one of the reasons why I use parchment paper on cookie sheets. And I just can take my cookie sheet now and go put it in the cabinet because there's no reason to wash it. But the other tool you never have to use when you make cookies like this and slide your parchment paper, what happens? Look at this. They don't stick to the parchment paper. So this is never a tool I have to pull out of the drawer when making cookies. It's just slide the paper off and the cookies release. And then I store it in a Tupperware. So say goodbye to the pancake flipper. No more needed for making cookies. All right, that's it for today. I was going to make some banana bread, but I think I'm going to make that tomorrow. And that is a recipe. I will find out from my friend if I can share it. She's the one who gave it to me. You just finished your last cooking and baking. Good job. Yeah, I'm a total night owl. I don't know, it's just, that's how I've always been. So thanks for joining me, and enjoy the tips. Have a great night.